There's thriller, there's mystery, there's adventure, there's horror, and there's contemporary, all mixed up in one. You want me to love you, but you don't love me now. Why should I give my heart to you? We gonna shut that motor down. I've been searching for you for a long time now, but you've left my heart's vision. Now you want me to stay in your life. That won't happen again. No, you said no. I said no. Can't blame you. No. That's why I like that book.
I have found I'm who I am by holding you closer than anything other than what I held closer than you.
Where have this book been all my life, boy? Now that was a good read. Damn good read. And so I like that book. Is up on you now. I apologize, but I'm excited, man. This book is good. My name is Charlie Roy Crawford, and this book is called Distress Signals by, let me get this right, Catherine Ryan Howard. I want to say it's a debut thriller by this author, and I think she did a phenomenal job. And I definitely want to see what else she might have in store for it. It was just a all-around fantastic book in my eyes. It was very entertaining. It was very enlightening. And it hit a lot of plot points that just keep you turning the page, man. And not only that, it has a little bit of a contemporary feel, because it talks about a lot of things that we ourselves can suffer from or, wonder at, when it comes to a lot of the tragedies that this life can give us. It talks a lot about the real life reality checks that we can have when we're just going through our normal day-to-day. Why am I crossing my leg like this? I'm not a British professor or nothing like that. I'm a truck driver. It's normal. And so it talks about a lot of things that was hot. And so there's a lot of reality checks, a lot of gut punches going on here. And just reading the story, man, it makes you feel for a lot of the characters. It makes you despise a lot of the characters. You feel for even the bad ones. You kind of like relate to their struggle while they're like that, you know what I mean? There's no flatness in none of these characters. And so right out of the gate, like I always do, I'm gonna start on Libby.com. And so it say the day Adam Dunn's girlfriend, Sarah, fails to return from a Barcelona business trip, his perfect life begins to fall apart. Days later, the arrival of her passport and a note that reads, "I'm sorry, S," sets off real alarm bells. He vows to do whatever it takes to find her. Adam is puzzled when he connects Sarah to a cruise ship called the Celebrate, into a woman, Estelle, who disappeared from the same ship in eerily similar circumstances almost exactly a year before. To get answers, Adam must confront some difficult truths about his relationship with Sarah. He must do things of which he never thought himself capable, and he must try to outwit a predator who seems to have found the perfect hunting ground. And I never would have thought that a cruise ship would be this, intimidating to somebody who do a lot of research about it. And so it kind of read like a damn soap opera in a sense too. There was a lot of scandal, a lot of drama going on with friends and everything like that. And you get to a point where you realize, like, all right, this dude Adam has been, in a sense, because who are his real friends? Like, who's been keeping the secrets? Where is this chick at? And is there something wrong? Overall, I thought there was a lot of, ominous sentences that hinted on the mystery and the blurb. And so that by itself built in, that tension. And I thought that made for a great read as well. It was very orderly. I thought the writing was very orderly. I noticed she liked those ominous, point of view cliffhangers. They're at the end of the story, but they're narrating, kind of like sitting down telling somebody a story. And so you're awarded that privilege to say something like,
and I didn't know it yet, but she was on the other side of the door.
She used that privilege, and I'm like, oh boy, let me turn the page. Let's see what's going on now. Good method to end parts and to end chapters that way is just an effective way to do a cliffhanger. She was really good at staying in the scene, you know what I mean? The dialogue was really well. I thought it was very realistic for the most part. A lot of it was cheesy, you know what I mean? They say when you're writing a story, you want to read it out loud to yourself so you can see what flows naturally and what kind of sound like it's just extra cheese, jalapeno, cheddar, things of these natures. Anything like that that'll ground you in the scene, like, okay, we're really here. She's really good at that. A theme that I caught is, you know what I mean, be careful, because the person that you laying down with, they can, you know, the next day they can basically change their face. They can have a new face, they can have a new mindset, and things can change. And so who do you anchor your loyalty to? Because anybody at any given time can throw you aside like you're just a piece of wrapper or something like that, a piece of trash. There's a lot of facts that I learned from this book as well. I think the most interesting one was the maritime law. You know, do you guys know anything about the maritime law? You never really know who has jurisdiction over, you know what I mean, a specific part of the ocean, right? Somebody killed somebody in the ocean, like who's going to come and investigate that, you know? And the cruise ship captain might not even want to bring attention like that to his ship, because he want to keep his job. But I learned that the U.S. has something set up where if it's an American citizen that has been done wrong, then the FBI steals jurisdiction no matter what, and they come aboard. So
yay, America.
The tone, man, it was very eerie, at least to me. You know, when you start feeling like, okay, no, there's nothing going on, but there's all these clues in the world telling you that something is wrong. That distress signal, I feel like it was just a perfect title for this book, because all characters and from all angles, right, in all directions was coming distress signals from all these characters. I felt like Adam, the main character, he was good. He was good for the most part. I thought he was kind of weak. He was a bitter writer, but then again, he got, you know, a little motivation because he sold the contract, but all he needed to do was do a rewrite, and then all hell broke loose, and, you know, that basically ruined everything for him, because how can you think when somebody that you love is missing? I just felt bad for him a lot. I didn't really think he had the best friends, you know, to begin with, although they kind of redeemed himself a little bit. But no, I was kind of rocking with him hard body very early on. A lot of things that he did was annoying, you know what I mean, but at the end of the day, he wouldn't stop for nothing, you know what I mean. Right when you think he was gonna stop or give up or crumble, you know, he would keep going, because he wanted to find what's going on with his girlfriend. I thought Sarah had confidence for both of them. She worked for a recruiting agency. I didn't know that for a while. I was like, what the hell did she do? What did she do? What she do? Like, what is she going, you know, to Barcelona for? And so you learn that, like I said, she was very confident. She was vibrant, life of the party type of girl. That's how she's painted, things like that. Although she changed her appearance a little bit in the beginning, like her hair and stuff like that. Okay, why you got to go to Barcelona to do all that? Okay, red flag, white flag, purple flag, all kind of flags. Adam, come on, Adam, you don't see this? Like, come on, bro. You know, it could have been confidence, but it could have been ego, because like in the beginning, man, for me, I thought she was a little off. You know what I mean? Like, she would do stuff. She would say something, and what she was saying, it didn't like correlate with her actions, at least to me. And so right away, I was like, okay, what's going on? I gotta watch her. So she seemed all in for him and everything like that, for what he wanted with his dreams. But, you know what I mean, I felt like it stayed right there. It was just a little phony. And then at one point, a random POV entered. It was 3 POVs, actually. One was Adam, one was a lady named Corrine, and another one was named, I think, Rumi. I'm listening to this book on audio version, so a lot of the spelling, a lot of the names I'm not gonna get right, but Harumi, I think he was French. But here's a boy who was troubled, you know what I mean. It was a separate POV, set apart. He wasn't in Ireland, nothing like that. He was a young boy, and we got to chronicle him up to, you know what I mean, a grown man. He was very important to the story. But at the end of the day, man, like, I just felt bad for him. And here's a boy who was, you know, misunderstood. He just needed a little bit more love. The circumstances that brought him into the world might have had something to do with that. But at the end of the day, parents need to love their kids so that, you know, they can have the best chance. Is he looking for me? Nope. He's my favorite character because a lot of things that he went through, it was relatable. It was frustrating. he was one of them characters that I was like, okay, the only person who's going to understand him and relate to him is God. He's just going to get the luck, the bad luck of the draw, the short end of the stick, and misunderstood. Now, it was some stuff that he did, most stuff that he did, I will say, it was just like off the deep end, and he deserved everything that he got. But it was some things, it was some times where I felt like, okay, let him get a second chance of life here, third chance of life here, fourth chance of life here, fifth. Oh my goodness, what's going on? And it kind of broke your heart in a sense, man, for a lot of these characters. Be ready for a whirlwind adventure, and be ready for something that's going to touch your heart. When they come to quotes, I definitely have a few of them. Check this here. I like the most effective lies are the ones that are almost the truth. I think Adam said that. LA is a small town when it comes to business. They won't forget. Worry is the most useless or pointless human emotion. You also gonna love this pickup line. It was talking about oh, I've seen you before. Oh, you have? In my dreams. And the lady said, is that the one you sticking with? He said, yeah. And she said, well, I'll see you there later. Rough. Well, the progression in the thriller, right, is the best when there is mystery, scandal, and just drama. And this book had all three, and it was just perfect. After one plot point was accomplished and closed up, second one was definitely quickly revealed to you. There were many red herrings. At one point, I suspected the parents, the boyfriend himself, the cruise line, all of these different things. There's a lot of slowdowns in this book, a lot of talking and things like that. I felt like it could have had a little bit more action. But you're gonna enjoy this book regardless. Come to find out, she went on a damn cruise. What the hell is going on? You supposed to be rocking with me, and all of a sudden you on a cruise and you ain't tell me about it. And so there could be an affair and everything like that. And so what's crazy is all roads and all of these different avenues, all roads lead back to the Celebrate, the cruise ship. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I was telling my girl, myself, like after this little quarantine going on, we gonna go on a cruise. We gotta have some fun. We're going crazy. And so I'm kind of intimidated now. Like cruise ships, man, I don't know if that's, I don't know. I tell you right now, if you got any fear of cruise intimidations of something going wrong while you out at water, don't read this book. But it's good. It's damn good. And so as far as takeaways, let's check this out. And so it talks about how when people say, I didn't know what to think, it can be quite literal. Because your mind literally shuts off because it's so overwhelmed, right? The voice in the back of your head, it just drops off a cliff. And then you're thoughtless. You don't know what to do. You don't know what to think. Like a full blankness, just absent of thought. Our minds can just be so overwhelmed that it pushes all logic, all sense out of the brain, kind of to protect us, but it's just exhausted. And so if you ever feel your way getting there, maybe you just in shock or you just had a situation, but that can happen. It's not that, oh, they didn't know how to say it or they had too many options. No, just stunned and things like that. What up, man?
Your time has come.
Thank you, man.
Have you ever been here before?
Many times.
Too many?
Yeah, too many.
You're going to 47 tonight.
Okay.
Once you get to door 47, there's going to be a plastic sleeve on the dock door frame. Put your envelope in that sleeve. The rest of the same. You just break your seal, open your doors, back in. Don't slide tandems. Don't disconnect. Don't go inside the building. Hang tight in your truck. They'll call you when you're done.
Put this in there first before I back in?
Yeah,
okay.
Put it back all the way in anyway.
All right, thank you, brother.
You got it.
I will check y'all in a little bit. That guy there just gave me my assignment, so I'm about to go back into my door. Check you in a jiffy. Bye-bye now. All right. I'm back up on you. And so, I was talking about takeaway number 2. At least takeaway number 2 for me. You guys gotta listen up. It's semi-trucks backing up all over the place. What you staring at? What you staring at? Why you staring at me? Everybody's staring at me since I started doing these videos. But I'm gonna push on through. I'm a veteran now. And so, takeaway number 2, like I said, at one point Adam, he was talking about, he was wondering over this phenomenon where, this missing person idea, right? At least for adults, where a perfectly grown adult They can be, you know, okay, even happy where they are at any given time, but because loved ones or friends or anybody don't know where you are at, again, any particular time, you know what I mean, any given space or whatever, you're a cause for concern, you know, even for the police. And so that kind of baffled Adam, and I was thinking like, okay, well, that might be our fault, you know what I mean, here in America, or just here on this world. There's a lot of bad that's going on this world, and you know, it causes us to think these negative thoughts. You know, let's say for instance our friend goes up the road and they're not seen in 2 days or whatever. Well, you know what I mean, it's cause for concern if they're, you know, there's a health concern, or maybe they're, you know, mentally ill or whatever the case may be. But because something bad comes into play or into our minds, we automatically think like, okay, some harm done fell them, right? Somebody done that wrong. And so even though it's a phenomenon that, you know, drives us crazy in a lot of real world instances, we did it to ourselves, this human condition of ours. I'm gonna turn this light on, it's getting dark, y'all know I'm dark. And so one of the big motifs in this story is Adam and Sarah. Like, did they really accomplish the goal of staying close over, you know, 10 years or whatever it was that they knew each other? Rose, Sarah's best friend, talked about them, you know, meeting in their early 20s or in their teens, I believe. And she was saying like, okay, people do the most changing up, you know, when they're kids, right? Teens in the early 20s. And what is the likelihood that you guys stay together, right? That you guys were supposed to grow in unison, right? There was a natural tie-in at the souls there. One person could have went this way, the other person, you know, it could be unrequited, or, you know, y'all both could have did like this. And so she talked about that. So anybody who's coming from, you know, a high school sweetheart or anything like that, more power to you, but just know that it's going to be some challenge ahead of you guys, because you got a whole lot of life ahead of you, and just work extra hard at it, you know, if you guys want to, and if there's really love. There's tons of life lessons, right? What's done in the dark is going to always come to the light. You can't outrun your past. Always have situational awareness, right? Know what's going on around you. It's room for thought in this this genre fiction book. Not my Sarah, she wouldn't do this, to blah 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 blah, as if people don't change, and as if Satan isn't roaming this earth. You have to understand that, you know what I mean, you're not really tied to anybody, and you don't control them. There's never going to be a situation or years past where you got your thumb under this person. They're going to act a certain way that you want them to act. They're going to be who you want them to be. Things are going to happen. They're their own individual person with their own psychology, their own makeup, and the same goes with you. And so you have to understand that, like, you know, it reminds me of news clippings where something terrible will happen in a suburban area, and you get these characters on the news, you know, saying, oh, you know, I never would have thought anything like this could happen in this. Why? Just like the hood, or just like, you know, any third world country, just like any, you know, the highest income when it comes to the households. You never know when it comes to this human condition. Like at any given point, anything can happen. You can't be out here lacking. You know what I mean? To use a Chicago term, you know, you can't be lacking. You have to be on your P's and Q's. You have to understand that evil at any time can hit. Evil happens in this world. It's a given. You know what I mean? And people are going to change for the better, sure, but they can also change for the worse. I think the main two people that should read this is people who love a good missing persons novel, and also people who like you know, novels set on cruise ships. There's a couple of triggers. Of course, there is missing persons. There could be grief. If you have any kind of negative experience with cruise ships, beware of that. There's going to be talks of abortion, you know, how necessary and when are times that is acceptable. Bad parenting, reaching your dreams, only to have it snatched away. Just a lot of different things there. But at the end of the day, I feel like it's a great read. You're going to be drowned by a lot of the plot. Him trying to figure out what's going on. Him meeting a lot of different characters to understand what's going on. That the stuff that you are going to learn and you're going to be able to apply to your life. It could be in your subconscious. I'm just a reader that picks that out right away for some reason. I'll preach at you. I'll preach at you. I'll preach at you all damn day if I have the chance. And so, just a fantastic book, an absolutely fantastic book. The denouement, the denouement, like I said, it gave me closure. But at the end of the day, I sat for a while after that last sentence. You know, before you close the book, that last sentence, I'm still damn confused. So if there was anything that I wish was a little bit more clearer, it was that. You know, you can say vague, or you can come to the. I came to the conclusion, but I'm confused why it was done like that, I should say. But overall, I give this book a brilliant, as this guy starts his truck, a brilliant 4.5 out of 5 stars. Where have you been hiding this book all my life, Ms. Howard, Mrs. Howard, Miss Howard, Arthur Howard? I'll say that, Miss Catherine. And so, absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait to see, or read, I should say, more of your books. You know what I mean? You kind of hit me with a lot of things to think about, and you entertain me along the way. I'm not sure if I want to go on a cruise ship. I'm kind of scared of cruise ships, about how, you know, something as tragic as, let's say, a missing person. You know what I mean? Somebody loved one goes missing from your ship, and you just want to, you know, please the future patrons, things like that. That's the problem. That's a damn problem. And so I was very satisfied with the book. Again, a 4.5 out of 5. I mean, what else is there to say? I'm happy. I'm very happy. I'm that way. So peace. Charleroi out. Let that sink in.